Hello my friends, and welcome to my kitchen. I think I'm about a minute early, but we're going to get started because I have a lot of stuff. Well, not a lot of stuff, but a couple of things I want to make tonight. So if you're on, say hi. If you're watching this on the replay, hashtag replay. I am streaming this both to my VIP page as well as my YouTube channel. So let's get started. So as promised, we're going to make some honey garlic meatballs. And my oven is beeping because we're also going to make some, hi Sue, we're going to also make some cheddar jalapeno cornbread. So let's get started. So I have about a pound of lean ground beef here, and I'm just going to dump that into my bowl. To that, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of our honey garlic seasoning. This was, I believe, this was one of our spend and gets last month. So it's not this month, but it was last month. So if you have some handy, this is fantastic for meatballs like we're doing tonight. It's also fantastic for in a meatloaf. It's fantastic as a sauce for chicken wings. Yeah, this has to be one of my favorite seasonings. And we're just going to dump the rest of that package into our pot back here because we're going to make the sauce for our meatballs. All right, so let's get started. We are going to mix up this ground beef with our seasoning, get it incorporated in there, and I am using my hands just because I find that works easy. I did take the beef out ahead of time from the fridge so it's not freezing cold on my hands. And I have our 2 tablespoon scoop here. So we're just going to scoop out some meatballs into our parchment liners. I knew I shouldn't start the air fryer ahead of time, but let's get this done. So, 2 tablespoon scoop. We're just going to grab some meatballs here, put them onto our parchment liner. It says you should, if you're doing 2 tablespoons with a pound of lean ground beef, you should come out to about 16 meatballs. I never get 16 meatballs, so FYI. You do want to space them a little bit apart on your parchment sheet or on your, whatever you're cooking them on. You could cook them in the oven, on your sheet pan. You could cook them in the microwave in your multi-purpose steamer. You could cook them on the barbecue. You could put them in the freezer. Totally up to you what you do with them. All right, so I'm going to get about 12 on this. And then we're going to get them into our air fryer and get them started. That guy there, a little bit small, so let's just give him a little bit more. All right, let's get that into our air fryer and get that started. So there is 9 on there. And of course, I'm going to move them back around so that they don't clump together. Good day. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There we go. It's anything but interesting here in the kitchen. All right. I'm going to put them on for 10 minutes, and let's get the rest of these onto our parchment liners. This next set will go in as soon as the other ones come out. Or I could, like I said, I could throw them on a baking sheet, throw them into the freezer, and freeze them for another day. So, we have 9 in there. It's going to make a liar out of me. 12. No. 13. 14. Oh, pretty close this time. We almost got 16 meatballs. And the little one. All right, that's our meatballs. So 9 are in the air fryer. Now you can cook them and then put them into the freezer, cool them down obviously, and then put them into the freezer, and then you have them ready. Just pull them out, reheat them in the sauce, and you're good to go. So, or you could freeze them like this. Just put them on a cookie sheet into your freezer, par freeze them, and then throw them into a container, and you've got seasoned meatballs ready to go whenever you want meatballs. All right, so that's our meatballs ready. Let's get our sauce going here. So as I said, in here we have the remainder of the package of seasoning. We're going to add to that 3/4 of a cup of water. And we need 1 tablespoon of honey. And so I'm going to do my hack. I'm going to spray my tablespoon with some coconut oil, just so that honey doesn't stick. Nothing worse than trying to get honey out of a jar when it's sticking to your spoon. And this is just Nova Scotian creamed honey that I'm using. It was what I had in the cupboard. So we have about a tablespoon there. Throw it into our pot. No sticky. All right, in that goes. We are going to stir that up. And try and get rid of those lumps. And that will come together pretty quick. It will thicken very quickly. So, I'm going to grab our whisk. I could use our baby whisk, but I'm going to use that with our jalapeno cornbread. So, all right, we're going to keep an eye on this because it does have honey in it. We don't want that honey to stick to the bottom of the pot. All right, while I'm doing that, I'm going to put, so I have 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk, 1/4 of a cup of butter, and just cubed. I'm going to put that in to the microwave and just melt it. So our sauce is working. Our meatballs are in the air fryer. They should be beeping to be turned over momentarily. We are going to get our bowl. We need 2 eggs for our cheddar jalapeno cornbread. So I'm going to throw 1. Grab our other whisk, because I use the big whisk on this. Okay. So we're just going to beat those eggs up. Now you guys know all about tempering. We've talked about it before. We don't want to scramble these eggs when we put a hot milk and hot butter in there, so we want to temper them. So we are going to pull out our buttermilk and butter. And it's not quite melted yet. So I'm going to put it back in for another probably 30 seconds. Keep an eye on it. We're multitasking tonight. So our sauce is coming together. Our eggs are beaten here. We have our oven preheated to 350 because that's where the cornbread is going in. Hygiene. So we're cooking with gas. We have a little more than half a cup, about a cup of cheddar. So we're going to put that into our cornbread. All right. Our meatballs are asking to be turned. Our butter is melted. All right. So as I said, we're going to temper these. So we're going to use a little bit of the buttermilk and butter into our eggs, not a lot. We just want to bring those eggs up to temperature before we drop the whole thing in. Like I said, otherwise you're going to end up with scrambled eggs and you don't want that. Buttermilk is already looking like it's curdled. Got that in there. All right. Okay. So let's grab our cheddar jalapeno cornbread mix. Now you can use regular milk for this. You don't need to use. You do not need to use buttermilk, but that's what I had in the fridge. So that's why we use that. Our honey garlic sauce is coming to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, it's going to thicken up. You can get that done there. Now our cheddar jalapeno cornbread. It does have jalapenos in it. It is not over, well, I should say, I don't find it overly spicy. Some people do. I don't find it overly spicy. I find it has the taste of jalapenos without the heat, without a lot of heat. All right, our sauce is thickening. I'm going to take that off the heat because that's done. We're going to grab our spatula, get our cheese into our cornbread. And we're going to get our cornbread into our cake pan. Silicone cake pan. As you know, this is a gluten-free recipe, so we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes before we get it into the oven, just to let the gluten-free flour absorb that liquid and make sure that we get a cheddar jalapeno loaf that actually rises for us. All right, our meatballs are done. So we couldn't hit any more perfect timing tonight. All right, there you have our cheddar jalapeno cornbread. Getting the air bubbles out. And that will go in the oven, 350-degree oven for, I want to say it's 35 to 45 minutes. 350-degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes. Rest for 5 minutes and then unmold. So that's our cheddar jalapeno cornbread. Like I said, 5 minutes and I'm going to pop that into the oven. We're going to grab out our meatballs. And these look amazing. Hope you can see them. So we're going to get those into our honey garlic sauce. They look delicious. All in the party. Get them nicely coated there. I am going to pull out this liner that has all of the grease from the meatballs on it. Love, love, love these liners. We're going to preheat put it back on. We're going to throw the second set of meatballs into the air fryer. And that's it. So, what are we having with this? We're going to pop the cheddar jalapeno cornbread. That's what it looks like. We're going to pop that into the oven momentarily. Last thing I have to go with my honey garlic meatballs tonight is I just took our rectangular steamer. I had some green beans from the market. I just washed them, cut the ends off, tossed them in the microwave for about 4 minutes. That's it. They're ready to go. I can dress these with some lemon dill seasoning. I can dress them with, actually what we're going to dress them with tonight is, because I have some left over, our sauce from the other night that I put on the corn on the cob. So this is just equal parts of sour cream and mayonnaise with our cheesy fry seasoning. Let me tell you, it is amazing on anything. So I'm just going to toss those in, and that's it. Ready to go. They look delicious. They smell delicious. Fresh yellow beans from the farm. Yum. Oh. Delicious, nutritious. And our air fryer has beeped, so we're going to put the last meatballs into the air fryer carefully so I don't spill them all over. Making sure that they're spaced out evenly. A, so they cook, they're not all attached, and B, so that the air fryer liner doesn't get caught in the air fryer. And that's it. So yellow beans with our cheesy fry seasoning, our meatballs with honey garlic sauce, and like I said, our jalapeno cornbread is going in the oven. We are going to have that in about 35 to 40 minutes. And supper's done. That's it. Quick, easy. All I have left to do is the dishes, plate up some dinner, and bon appetit. All right, guys, I hope you had a wonderful evening. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'm not sure what's happening this weekend. It's a long weekend, and I'm not sure. I need to go to my dad's one day, so I'm not sure what day that will be. But I will post tomorrow morning when I'll be on, and we'll see you then. Probably either tomorrow or Sunday. So, until then, hope you enjoy your long weekend. Have a safe holiday weekend, and we'll talk to you tomorrow or Sunday at 6. Bye for now.